Welcome to Formula World. I'm your host, Dylan Shelley, and here's what's on this episode. First up on Formula World, McLaren allowed to change chassis for 2021. After the regulation change of 2021 was pushed back by a year, chassis development of the new car was frozen until 2021 as well. However, as McLaren will be changing engine suppliers, this freeze won't be applicable to them as revealed by team principal Andreas Seidel. This decision does not impact our changes to Mercedes power units in 2021, and we will be allowed to make necessary changes to our car to accommodate this. This does not give them free rein over the chassis development, and they are only free to make those changes that are necessary for the integration of the Mercedes power unit. Australian Grand Prix an absolute disaster. What happened at Australia during what was supposed to be the Formula 1 season opener of 2020 turned into utter chaos and a huge loss in monetary terms for the organisers. The promoters of the Azerbaijani Grand Prix have learned a thing or two from that. Arif Rahimov, the CEO of the race organisation in Azerbaijan, spoke about the key points they took away from that weekend. If you have a precedent, it is easier to work with everyone because everyone understands the pain you are going through. I really want to say that I don't think any promoter should be in the situation where the Australian promoters are in. I really feel sorry for Andy Westacott and his team. He felt even sorrier as the Albert Park circuit in Melbourne is a street circuit, just like Azerbaijan, requiring even more preparation than a regular racing track. It's absolutely terrible what he's been through, and cancelling the event at the very last minute is a disaster for the promoter. There is so much trouble in a race like that. Australia is also a temporary circuit, so I think they spend a lot of time, money and energy building the track. If at the last minute the decision is made to cancel the race, it's an absolute disaster. I think that's something that every promoter really wants to avoid. He concluded by explaining how the events at Australia led to postponement of their race, as Baku too is a street circuit. We have made the decision before we have built anything of the circuit. It was one of the primary points in our internal deadline that we set. We really want to make sure that we don't run into any unnecessary expenses. It would be a complete disaster if we spent all the money on building a circuit and then didn't race on it. Fast feed. Honda F1 Technical Director Toyoharu Tanabe has revealed that they had started drawing a revised work plan with Red Bull after the Australian Grand Prix was cancelled. Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko said that he is amazed at what people accept and how they deal with it while speaking about the measures taken by the Austrian government against the pandemic. Canadian Grand Prix promoter Francois de Montier has announced that he will have the conversation with F1 somewhere around Easter about whether the race can go ahead as scheduled. Williams driver George Russell is sure he could do as well as current F1 champion Lewis Hamilton, but admits that he will have to work hard for that. As a result of the postponement of the regulation change, wind tunnel testing of the new car has been prohibited until February of 2021. And McLaren CEO Zak Brown looked back at the events of the cancelled Australian Grand Prix and reassured everyone by saying that we'll all get through this together. Could Russell do as well as Hamilton? Be sure to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.